Distance Learning with Miss Sorensen.
Hello, kindergartners. Welcome to another day of I Know My Nation. I have not been here with you for Nation in a very long time. I'm excited to get started today. I just wanted to give a quick hello to everyone who came today. Hello to all of you in Miss Comfort's class in 171. Welcome. Hello to everybody in Mr. Jones's class in 102. Nice to have you here. Hello to everyone in Mr. Gallagher's class in 103. Nice to see you. And hello everyone in my class in 104. I am so excited you are here. Welcome, friends. Okay, well, we have a lot to do today. Mr. Jones has done a fabulous job of introducing our new Nation book. Would you please take that out now? Right, I know my nation. Please take that book out now. I'm gonna try and do what I did last time where I split my screen so you can see me and you can see what's underneath my document camera. I'm hoping that's gonna help you see what I'm doing a little bit better. So I am going to get started. I'm gonna put my I Know My Nation book underneath and then turn the page. We have our name, of course, at the top. Name, I Know My Nation. Turning. Mr. Jones did lots of word work with you. Did some red underlining. We did some map work. I see Washington has been colored green. Ooh, I'm seeing a compass rose. Okay. Turning the page. Oh, more maps, more word work. Okay. Awesome. Oh, yes, many important people to be talking about. Yay! This large map, Mr. Gallagher is going to talk with you when you see him next. So I will leave that to him. And turn to page 9. If you look down at the very bottom, there's that 9. Turning to page 9 on your in your Nation books. You might either have a small piece of paper stapled to the top of your book, you might have it paper clipped, or maybe you just got it as a separate piece of paper. We're going to be needing that for this page, so you can take that out. I'm going to take this off. I'm going to gently pull my paper away from my book so that I have these two ready to go. We're going to do some tracing and writing to get started today. We'll start out by needing that pencil. I have my gray marker ready to go. Last time we were together for, I believe it was My World and I, we did some word work very similar to this. We're going to be doing some tracing and writing, talking about the importance of these words to the United States of America, and then figuring out which of our pictures match with each of our words. To start out, we're going to be tracing and writing with pencil this word, these two words right here. Great seal. Great seal. Okay, so we have our pencils ready. Let's start off with some tracing and writing. I'm going to first start out by tracing the word great and then writing the word great, and then I'll go to my next word, seal. While we're tracing and writing, I'll tell you a little bit about the Great Seal. The Great Seal, as I trace here, the Great Seal was created in 1776 by Benjamin Franklin, John Adams, and Thomas Jefferson. They worked on it for 6 whole years before it was finished and approved. Wow, 6 years. This symbol, this seal, oh, I finished great. So now I'm gonna write great. If you feel like you would like to trace and write by each letter, or if you want to trace and write trace the whole 2 words and then write the whole 2 words, that's up to you. Because my tracing is fresh in my mind, I'm going to write the word great now so that I make sure my practice does not leave my brain. Okay. Oh, so as I was saying, the Great Seal reflects the beliefs and the values that our founding fathers brought to the United States of America, and they wanted to pass it on to their future generations. So it's a very important part of our history. I'm going to start tracing seal here. Okay, tracing seal, and then I'm going to write seal. Great. Okay, I'm going to give myself a little space here. Seal. S-E-A-L. I'll tell you more about the Great Seal when we find the matching picture. Okay, let's take a look down here. Ooh, Lady Liberty. I've heard of Lady Liberty before. Let's trace and write Lady Liberty. Okay, let me tell you a little bit about Lady Liberty while we are tracing and writing. Lady Liberty is an important symbol for the United States of America for our liberty or our freedom. It was a gift to us by France, who was also a free country. So it not only represented freedom for us, for the United States of America, but it also represented freedom for France as well. And it represented the friendship between our two countries. Okay, so I have Lady. Now I'm going to trace Liberty. Okay. They first began building the statue in 1875. Okay, so thinking 1875, they started building that statue. And they started building it in France, in Paris, France. Now, Paris, France is a very long way away from the United States of America. And they're building this giant statue in France. Do you have an idea what they had to do to get it all the way from Paris, France to the United States of America, to New York City? They had to take it apart and put it into many, many little pieces. Was that your guess? Right. They took it apart and put it into 214 different crates. 214 crates? Oh my gosh. Okay, Lady Liberty. I'm writing Liberty now. I've got my space. T. If it goes a little bit off, that's okay. Lady Liberty. I just could not believe that when I read about that fact. 214 different crates. Wow. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so remember, 1875 was when they began to create it. In 1884, that's when the statue was done in Paris, France, and ready to be moved to New York City. It wasn't until 1886, that's a little over 10 years that it took from beginning to end, to finish and have the Statue of Liberty, the statue of Lady Liberty, put in its place in New York City, where it can still be seen today. I thought that was so, wow, 10 years, over 10 years to build and have it placed where it would forever be in New York City. Okay, let's take a peek at our next word. Our next word here is Squanto. Squanto is a very important person in our history. He was a Native American man who was the first person to greet the Pilgrims as they arrived from England in 1620. Now let's do some tracing and writing here while I am telling you about Squanto. There we go. My marker wasn't working. S-Q. I'm gonna add a little diagonal line up just to help me remember. Oh, that's a Q, right, not a backwards P. Okay, S-Q-U, right. Now we've talked about this before, but when the Pilgrims arrived in 1620, they were not the first people to set foot in the land that is now considered the United States of America. There was millions and millions of people who lived here before that. They were the people, the first peoples who lived here before people with my skin color came on boats, and some of those people came to escape where they were being looked down upon and treated unfairly because of what religion they believed in. And they were greeted by Squanto and his tribe of First Peoples. Squanto helped the Pilgrims. He helped them learn about the land. He helped them learn how to hunt and fish. He helped teach them about planting crops and how, I thought this was very interesting. He taught them if you put dead fish in the ground when you are planting seeds, it makes them grow. All those crops grow big and strong. So they did just that. They learned from Squanto and his tribe. They learned about how they are surviving off the land. And then in the fall of that next year, they had a huge harvest. To celebrate that huge harvest, they invited everybody to the first Thanksgiving. So that's a little history of who Squanto is and why he is important to the beginning of the United States of America. Now, our last one here, if we look down at our last word, we are going to be tracing and writing. Does anybody know what this is? New York, you got it. Not saying who, but there's a certain somebody in the kindergarten team that is from New York. He might have talked about it before. I'm just saying. Might have said something about it. And we learned that New York, does anybody remember what the nickname for New York is? The state, New York? Right, New York is the Empire State. Interesting. New York is the Empire State. Do you know what the state bird is? I just learned about this. I thought it was interesting. Oh, okay. I hear some good guesses. The state bird for New York City is a bluebird. I've seen bluebirds before. Have you seen bluebirds around Washington? Right, we have bluebirds too. Their state bird is bluebirds. What about their state flower? Does anybody know what their state flower is? Any guesses? Oh, good guesses. I like it. Their state flower is a rose. I didn't know that. I learned something new today. Okay, so we are going to be taking a peek now at our pictures. We have our 4 pictures here. There we go. I see our 4 words, our 4 pictures, but they're out of order. So what I want you to do is I want you to cut off our first picture. Does anybody have any guesses where this picture is going to go? Any guesses? Any guesses? Oh, I think I heard it. I'm cutting off my picture. Cutting. Any guesses? I think that's a good guess. Right. This is that Native American man we were just talking about, Squanto, who first welcomed the Pilgrims and taught them about the new land that they were living on. Let's glue this picture of Squanto on top of where we traced over the words. We want to be able to see our beautiful handwriting on the other side. So I'm going to turn my paper around. Of course, I'm going to do my big rectangular box that helps me know where to glue. My big X in the middle. Remember, if you ever need any more time, feel free to pause me. And then do it at your own speed. I'm doing just a little bit of glue around the outside perimeter, putting my big X through the middle. And now I'm ready to glue the picture of Squanto down. I'm gonna put my glue cap on, and then I'm going to count 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. Okay, our next picture. Ooh, I think I might know where this one goes. Does anybody have any guesses? These are good guesses. Okay, here we go. Cutting, cutting, cutting. Oh, I think I heard it. Here we go. I think it's definitely Lady Liberty, right? No, silly Miss Sorensen. I'm seeing a map of New York. Let's glue our picture of New York onto our words, New York. Here we go. I'm doing my box. There we go. There's my box. And then my X marks the spot. Got my glue stick ready. Doing my box around the outside perimeter. Awesome. Okay, I'm getting ready, thinking about those numerals in my head. Counting to 10. Here we go. On top of New York. Okay, there we go. I'm going to hold down and count to 10, starting with 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. Okay, next picture. She looks very familiar. I wonder who talked about her before. Does anybody have any guesses? Any guesses? Where are we putting this one? Yeah, there we go. Okay, I'm cut. Great. Okay, cut. Where should we put her? Great Seal? No, Lady Liberty. She is that statue that we talked about in New York City. She is the symbol for liberty, the symbol for freedom, right? Lady Liberty, that is her name, Lady Liberty. Let's do some black rectangles around the outside perimeter, or whatever color, sorry, whatever color you choose. That's up to you. Pencil, marker, crayon. Okay, now I've got my glue. Gluing, gluing, carefully gluing, not putting too much glue. Awesome. Okay, got my counting thinking ready. Gluing, here we go. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And our last picture. I wonder where it goes. Just cutting out my picture here. There we go. Yeah, cutting, cutting, cutting. Right, it goes in that last spot. The Great Seal. Right. Okay, I'm going to put my box around it. You know, I think the Great Seal is so cool because there's so many different ways that it shows the numeral 13. And the 13 original colonies are what the 13 is representing. The 13 colonies that first started the United States of America. I will show you. We talked about the Great Seal a little bit before we took a break from I Know My Nation. We talked a little bit. Oh, I need to roll up my glue a little bit. There we go. There are quite a number of ways on just this small little picture we're going to take a peek that we can see the numeral 13. Okay, I'm going to count. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, if we look really closely, we can see lots of different ways that 13 is shown. If we look over here, we see an olive branch that our bald eagle is holding. Remember, bald eagle is our national bird. It's holding, let's see if I can bring it up a little bit closer here. You can look on yours, but you can see really closely in there, the olive branch is holding 13 olives. And then it has 13 leaves. And on the right side, the bald eagle is holding 13 arrows. Our olive branch is showing peace. And the 13 arrows on the other side, on the right side, are showing the need to protect our country. The shield that is in front of the bald eagle has 13 red and white stripes. Above the eagle, there are rays, a circle of clouds, and 13 white stars. These are all representing those 13 original colonies. Cool. Okay, nice work, everyone. Good word work, good information to be thinking about the United States of America, and nice gluing too. Let's move on to page 10. We're gonna take a look at a song that is important to United States of America. It is one of our songs that you might hear during an assembly or an important thing about the United States on TV. There are different places that we might hear this song. You might have heard this song before. This might be a new song for you. We are going to be learning it today. It's called My Country, 'Tis of Thee, and it was created by Samuel F. Smith, who is alive from 1808 to 1895. So we're going to do some word work, find some kindergarten words, do some purple punctuation, and talk about the meaning behind the words in this song. Okay, let's start at the beginning. I see a blank here. I see, country, 'tis of thee. Country. The word we need to put here is the kindergarten word M. And this is the first word in a sentence. So let's make sure we capitalize that M. My country, 'tis of thee. Okay, there's our first line. My country, 'tis of thee. That's all I'm gonna sing. That's the first line in our song. So we just wrote a kindergarten word. Let's underline that in red. Marker or crayon, that's your choice. I'm gonna do marker just so I make sure that you can see what I'm doing. Ooh, there is a first grade word. You might have talked about this word in your class. It's the first grade word of. We're gonna see that word a lot. So let's underline that with orange. Would you take out your orange marker or crayon? Yeah, right. Okay, here we go. So we found those kindergarten and first grade words. Let's find those purple punctuation. Go ahead and find those purple punctuation. Oh, curvy commas. Oh, and I'm seeing a curvy apostrophe too. We can put that up there. Right. Awesome. Okay, so a way to help us remember when we're thinking about my country. Our country is USA, the United States of America. Let's write USA above the United States. And I'm doing a little period because that shows me that these letters are representing the full words. United States of America. So when you see USA, you might see those little periods after each letter to show it's just the first letter in the word. There is more that could be there. USA. Okay, let's go down to our second line here. Sweet land of liberty. That makes me think of Lady Liberty or the Liberty Bell. I believe we talked about the Liberty Bell a little bit before winter break. So we have the Liberty Bell and we have Lady Liberty, two important things that stand for liberty in the United States of America. I'm seeing a first grade word. Let's underline that. Yep. Oh, I'm seeing a purple punctuation. And you know, I think since we have this picture right here of the Liberty Bell, let's take our black crayon or marker and let's do a little labeling line from the word liberty to our Liberty Bell. That helps us know that's what they are talking about. They're talking about this sweet land of freedom, the sweet land of liberty. We have different symbols to help us remember those words. Lady Liberty and the Liberty Bell. Okay, of the sing. Of the sing. Does anybody know what word might go in this spot right here? Maybe. Yeah, maybe. The word we're looking for is I. Of the I sing. Let's write that word in there. I. We know we can underline that with red. So go ahead and take out your red marker or crayon. Underline. Nice. And I'm seeing that first grade word again. Let's underline it. Do you remember what it is? Right, of. Okay. Of the I sing. Ooh, this is called a semicolon or semicolon. Let's do a purple punctuation. It has a dot at the top and then a curvy comma underneath. You know, when I think of singing, I think of musical notes. Let's draw a picture. Ooh, I'll take my pencil out. Let's draw a picture of some musical notes. I might start by making some lines like that. And then musical notes usually have this little teardrop shape at the bottom. There might be ones that are connected. There might be ones that are by themselves. So you can write a couple of musical notes to help you remember, oh, singing music. We're singing about our freedom, our liberty. Okay. Land where fathers died. Land where fathers died. Does anyone have any guesses? Yeah, I heard a couple of people say it right. Ooh, those are some good guesses though. Yeah, the word we're looking for is my. Land where my. We already wrote that word. My. This time we don't need to do an uppercase M. Land where my fathers died. We know we can underline that word in red. Yep. Ooh, I see a curvy comma. Now the reason they say land where my fathers died, the reason they have the word fathers, only fathers, not mothers, thinking about men, not women, is because previously only men were allowed to be in the military. Mr. Gallagher added a picture that has both men and women in it because women used to dress up as men because they wanted to fight for their country as well. So they would dress up as a man and pretend to be a man so that they also could be in the military. It wasn't until pretty recently, within the last 100 years, that women were allowed to start fighting for their country. So that's why in the words to this song, this was before women were allowed to fight and be in the military. So they only say, this is the land where my fathers died for our liberty, our freedom. But women were also fighting too. Okay, next one. Oh, you know what? We could underline this. We could underline this and do a labeling line. And if you wanted, as an added challenge, you could write the words and mothers underneath. If you wanted, added challenge. Fathers and mothers, if you wanted. Okay. Land of pilgrims' pride. Land of pilgrims' pride. Does anybody have any guesses? The. We're looking for the kindergarten word the. Go ahead and write that in that blank spot. That will be our last kindergarten word that we're filling in. Yeah, nice job. Okay, underlining that with red. I see that first grade word again. What was it again? Of. Got it. Nice. Land of the Pilgrim's Pride. Let's do that curvy comma, and I also see a curvy apostrophe too. Many pilgrims came and were the second group of peoples to find the United States of America. But remember, There were millions of people here before the Pilgrims set foot in what is now known as the United States of America. There were many first peoples, one of which was Squanto, who was very kind and welcomed the Pilgrims to their new homes. So, land of the Pilgrims' pride. From every mountainside. Ooh, you know what we could do? Let's draw some mountains above mountainside. That helps me remember. From every mountainside. So thinking from east coast all the way to west coast, mountains are all around us. Every side of the United States, from every mountainside. Let's do, drawing some mountains. I'm gonna draw right above the word mountain. Draw some mountains. Maybe I'll draw a big mountain. Drawing some mountains. That's helping me remember mountainside, mountains. Okay. Seeing a curvy comma. From every mountainside. I'm gonna scoot this up. Oh, I can just barely fit it on there. Let freedom ring. I'm seeing an exclamation mark. That's telling me let freedom ring. We're not saying let freedom ring. We're saying let freedom ring. We're feeling it, every part of us. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. They're saying that bell, thinking about the Liberty Bell, bells ringing. When you hear that, it echoes off of things. You might hear it echo from the mountainside of the United States of America. We're hearing that echoing ring. Ooh, let's draw a picture of a bell. That helps me remember, thinking about ringing. Not like a wedding ring or a ring like I wear lots of rings on my fingers. Not like that kind of ring, like a bell ringing. Let's draw a ring or a bell. I'm gonna start out by making this kind of hoop-de shape, whoop, boop, like that. Like that, whoop, up and over. And then I'm gonna connect it at the bottom. There we go. There's my bell. And then maybe I'll have like a little circle part at the bottom that's showing that's kind of the part of the bell that's hitting both sides and making it ring. Don't forget your purple exclamation mark. Nice. Okay, so we've now thought about what are the words in this song meaning. Now I want to sing this song to you so you kind of have an idea. What does this song sound like? You might have heard this song before. If you have, sing along with me. If you have not, listen to the words and listen to the tune. And this might be a song, maybe you could share this with somebody else at home. Maybe they know the song. Maybe they can sing it with you. So I am going to switch over so you can just see me on my screen. And then I'll sing this song for you. Okay, so I have my words right here. My country, 'tis of thee. This is how the song goes. My country, 'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the Pilgrim's pride, from every mountainside, let freedom ring. Raise your hand if you might have heard that song before. Yeah, a few people have heard that song. Raise your hand if maybe that's a new song for you. Yeah, awesome. I'm glad that you had a chance to hear it then. If you have a chance, you can ask someone in your family if maybe they have heard this song, My Country, 'Tis of Thee, before. They might be able to sing it with you next time if they know the words. Okay, everyone, nice work today. That was a lot of word work and a lot of information about important things in our history. So I am going to say goodbye for now, but I will see you again next week, and I hope you have a great rest of your week. Bye, everyone. Nice work today.